Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. So let's talk about what's happening in this week's patch. We finally got the character for, skill, more information about Diana, right? And what she can do overall. So let's talk about everything that we know about this particular patch that's coming this Thursday. Now, first things first, alright, February 11th, so that's going to be in, that's going to be for US time zone. So make sure you guys take note, that's going to be 4 hours. We're going to have all of this stuff right here, including the Mart War. Alright, that's going to be the first thing. And then we have new event. Alright, so that's going to be what it is. All these particular new events is going to be available to us. And then we got some fated guest follow-up story update for Medical Club Terrorists as well. Now, as you can see, some of these previous characters are going to continuously get updates as we go, right? So that's going to be a big thing in my opinion. Good thing, right? Mini-season event update as well. So this is all going to be Valentine themed alongside with quiz, field quest, etc, exchange shop, and you can participate in the Roll It event shop for stuff, right? So Fantasia Square, they're going to add new stuff. Alright, so what are the couple of things that they are adding? Number one is they will add a create party. You can now enjoy mini games of fishing together. Number two, the avatar shops, they're going to get 2 characters, add 2 characters, Loan and Nabri. If you want to buy it, it's going to be 1,000 of the deco coins. So make sure you guys are aware of that. And then there's a few other things, including pets and decorations added as well. So that's going to be a good one. Now, fishing update, they're adding a new area, Atlantis. I haven't finished fishing in the current area yet. Still left 2 fishes to catch. 15 new fish species will be introduced, 3 new skins, etc, right? Alongside with all of this stuff, Tower of Salvation, there's some improvements as well. There's some exclusive gear option refinement improvements. That means the exclusive gear now is way more valuable, right? You are going to be able to modify the substats much easier. As you can see, some of these, the armor, helmet, gloves, weapon, accessory for the physical gear and magic gear, all of this will get an existing added substats if you want to refine them, right? So keep that in mind. That's going to be something that you can improve upon. Stealing reward balance adjustment, so that's for stealing for the NPC and a bunch of other things, right? So let's talk about the most important thing in this particular patch, magical girl, magical innovator, I guess, Diana costume, right? So what is she all about? What is Diana all about? So as you can see, I love her design. I think she has a great design right here. Now, in the previous patch, they basically describe her as somebody that can summon, and the summon will give buffs. So right here, we can see +0 to 5, she is going to consume 5 SP to basically summon, as you can see, right? 5 SP to summon. Preemptive action. Alright, that's nice. You only need to do it once per battle, I think, because cooldown is 15 turns, right? I doubt in most regular Fiend Hunter you can go above 15 turns, maybe in guild raids, so that's going to be something that you gotta like try to configure and think accordingly, right? So use this particular ally zone to create 1 magic amplifier, ET001. So she's going to summon like a creature to basically do the buffs for you. But what does that thing do, right? Right here you can see add +0 upgrade, increase allies property damage by 25% for 4 turns. Alright, this effect can stack up to 4 times. Alright, this is going to be kind of insane if you think about it, right? So 4 times, that means you are going to be able to be 25 times 4. Alright, so it is going to go even higher, I think. As you can see, right now it goes even higher to 30, 35%, 40, 45, and 50%. Now 50 stacks up to 4 times, that's kind of insane. 50 times 4 is going to be 200%. So again, every single turn, you are going to be able to do this. But can you actually stack this though? Because each effect only lasts for 4 turns. By the time the 4th one comes, the first one would have already worn off. So I don't think you can, even though you can stack 4 times, but there's no way for you to realistically do it, right? That's going to be something that you have to consider, even though the cooldown is going to be 1 turn, because keep in mind that based upon the turn, right? If you move 1 time, you're taking 1 turn, but the enemy move 1 time, that's also going to take 1 turn, right? So it is always going to be, and most you can stack this, I believe, twice, right? Which is still pretty good, 100% properties damage, right? So how good is this, right? As a whole, if you look at this, SP -1 for potential liberation, again, that's very, very important. You get to reduce that to 3 SP. For 3 SP, you can also reduce damage taken for 6 turns. I am going to be honest, I am a little bit disappointed, alright? Okay, maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot. I'm actually kind of disappointed. I was hoping that Diana would be able to replace some of the main DPS characters in the game. Alright, so what am I talking about? I'm mostly talking about characters like Helena, alright, or even Liberta in that particular case. Now Helena and Liberta, they both have something very unique with them, which is they can enable a couple of things. They give you, increased attack, they give you increased crit rate, that's debatable. But what's more important, that they do additional stuff like healing. Alright, healing is going to be very, very important, right? So why is healing important is because you are going to need healing in most cases, in most situations, right? So when you fight in a Fiend Hunter situation, alright? So for those of you who are not aware, this is how it works. You are going to get hit, alright? And in fact, some Fiend Hunter requires you to get hit, because there's some mechanics where you are going to get buff by them increasing your magic attack or property damage. For example, in the most recent one, there's the requirement that your blade needs to get hit somewhere, and your blade getting hit will basically boost the will basically boost the ability, I think 200%, right? 200% increased attack, something along those lines. But you guys get the gist of it, right? So in a lot of this Fiend Hunter content, you are going to move and the boss is going to move. And there's no real way for you to be able to dodge that, right? Because you are going to get hit by the enemy. So ideally, that means that even if the enemy don't one-shot you, they will be able to reduce your HP by like maybe 20%, 30%, depending on the situation. So I was hoping that she would have a little bit of healing, alright? So if you have healing, you can basically, in my opinion, that's going to be one of the main, requirement for you to be able to be a main support in a team. Right? You gotta have a little bit of healing. If you don't have healing, you cannot be a main support. Now, in that particular case, right? That's why Diana, she cannot be a main support. She still is going to be a secondary support because of this limitation. Therefore, you need to pair her with other characters that can heal. Alright, for example, Liberta is going to be one of it that can heal. Another character is going to be Helena. She can heal from this particular costume. You can see, right, heal allies. Another character is going to be Therese, right? Therese is also going to be one of the few characters. This particular one right here. Alright, she will be able to heal, based upon the current HP. So healing is going to be very, very important, especially in the high level. Alright, once you go to a higher level, Fiend Hunter, level 10 and above, right? Like maybe, you can get away with it at lower levels, right? Maybe like level 9, level 3, level 4. If you're a beginner, it might not be that important. But once you go above, like, I think level 13, level 14, in fact, you're gonna need healing, right? So I'm at level 14 right now, so I didn't really push too much. But definitely healing is going to be important because the boss is going to do more damage, right? So that's going to be one thing that I was hoping that Diana would have, right? But again, you can see it is going to be limited by this particular ability, because right now, in this particular skill kit, she is going to give more property damage. Now again, right, she already have one costume that is going to do that. She has this particular costume that is specifically designed, as you can see, to give an aura that increase property damage by 200%. So I was hoping she has one more costume that can either improve crit damage, or can give a little bit of, either attack or magic attack percent, or like just augmentation like damage percent instead, right? But instead, we are going to get this particular, this particular thing. So a little bit disappointing. I feel like Diana has a lot of potential, alright? In my opinion, I think she has the ability to become like main support potential, but they sort of fumble it here. In my opinion, definitely I feel like this is going to be how it is, and I'm guessing that's the direction that they want moving forward. They want her to always be a secondary support to pair with either Liberta, Helena, or maybe even Therese in that particular case to, so that she's always going to be the second one, not the priority. So with that, I feel like it's a little bit upsetting because I was hoping, like, looking at the design, I think it's pretty good as well. She has one of the better designs of characters in the game. But yeah, I think this is going to be a missed chance. Also, this particular tile range is a little bit weird as well. It's like a cross tile buff. So that means you have to place your characters strictly within this particular tile. Not really a big fan of that because she already has this particular costume right here, right? That is, again, this particular costume is very restrictive. You gotta place your character within cross tiles of her, right? And then now she has one more, she has one more of this that's very, very position dependent. So maybe not for beginners, right? If you are a new player, you might, you always have to reposition your characters around. You might struggle a little bit, right? Depending on, if you're not familiar with the game. But I guess for endgame players, it's not that big of a deal, for sure, right? So it seems like she's made for that, right? If you already have every other support, she is probably going to be like a complementary extra one. One more thing is also, again, property damage. She already have property damage in this particular one, right? She also has one more costume that can give you energy guard already. Healing would have been just perfect for her. I feel like it would have been, insanely great. Now, some people might argue, okay, you already have this particular one that can protect you from taking damage. This one only lasts, you can see right there, it's a 3 turn, right? You can't basically use this every single turn. So that's just going to be how it is. Unless you can use this every turn, then that will be nice. But even again, I think healing is going to be way better than just energy guard, because sometimes, enemies can still destroy you or do more damage than the energy guard could provide, right? So it's always going to be something that's going to, I think it's going to complete that particular one. Also, one important thing to take note of that she doesn't have, aside from healing, which I think most of you guys know, right? What are the things that the most main support characters in this game has, right? What is going to be the factor? The ability to give you back SP, alright? So Liberta has that. So she has this particular main costume right here, the nun one. So this one, she can see, she gives you back SP right there. Restore 3 SP. Alright, we also got Helena as well, that can give you back SP. And we also got, in this case, the Riz. The Riz can also give you back SP with this particular costume, right? So restores 3 SP. So you have all of these characters that gives you back SP, except for Diana, right? So even Rafita can give back SP. So that's going to be very, very important for you to basically prolong your buffs in a team, right? Especially if you are bringing in multiple supports in in one team, you want at least one support that can give you back SP. So Diana not having that, in my opinion, already another extra fumble right there. All right, not only do you not have healing, now you don't have extra SP. So it is going to be a big issue, especially when you're trying to build a team around that, right? So you can't build a team that's like 2 SP heavy, right? So it is going to be a little bit of a downer right there. I feel like she has a lot of potential. Definitely with this third costume, I was hoping that it will make her really, really strong. I don't think she's going to be bad, all right? Like, I still think she's probably going to be very, very strong, but I don't think she's replacing any of the main DPS characters that we have right now, or she will always be, and it seems like that's going to be the role, a secondary support in a team, rather than the primary one. So keep that in mind. So similar to, I guess, like Latel with the Homunculus Latel, or like, what's the other one? Maybe like I guess Elena as well, to a certain extent. That's going to be one of the few that you can consider. But who knows? Maybe in the future we might have a 4th costume from her, which I kind of doubt it, because now she has 3 costume worlds. She has a 4th costume that can actually change more things, right? So I probably won't really get her up all the way to +5, because it doesn't seem like she really needs it, right? So even though the property damage, again, 25 times 4, I'll probably get it to like +1 or +2, right? If I get lucky, maybe I'll go for it, but it's just 5% increase. It seems like very, very balanced, right? It's like 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. There's no like good stopping point to recommend, because usually you recommend it, oh, there's one that reduced the SP, but both for SP reduction is in the potential liberation, so you don't really need that in particular. So I feel like, probably I'll get her up to +1. I would say, right, +1 or +3. I think that's like a decent stopping point. I'm probably not going to go all the way to +5, and then I'll slowly get her up to via the monthly stuff, right? The powder of our golden thread shop item. So that's going to be something to consider. So anyways, that's pretty much my small little rant, all right, of Diana, which I do think, man, why do they not make her like stronger, right? So that's just something to consider, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. All right, do you guys think I'm bitching too much? All right, do you guys think that I feel like she has a lot of potential, but it seems like she's not getting it. She's not getting the treatment that most main support are getting. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.